we have the prayer and the pledge. May the God know each of us provide the strength and wisdom to perform those duties and fulfill the responsibilities required by our oaths of office. May our actions be pleasing to God and meet the expectations of the citizens we serve. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go ahead and call our meeting to order. Council members, you have minutes from the regular council meeting for September the 2nd, as well as the work session prior to. What's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the minutes for the regular council meeting and the work session from September 2nd. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is public comments. We do not have anyone decided to speak, but we are going to go right into departmental updates. I just want to make you guys aware of a few things from last meeting. And one of those, we were talking about the newsletter. Just so everyone knows, newsletter was in the hands of the printers a week early. We have a problem with the printer. Brandy and Rachel are looking at other vendors to take the newsletter printing over. So hopefully that will give us a better timeline for getting that out timely. But Brandy had it over to the printers in plenty of time to have out by the first. So that's where we are. But I just want to make sure you guys knew that. Also, I want to do a work session prior to our next meeting. 45 minutes or so should probably work. I thought I would have them yesterday, but I got them late today. Drawings, the redo on the drawings for the rec center. And then they're sending over the figures tonight at some point on the updated costs associated with. Now the overall cost did go down, but what they're breaking out for us is the utility costs and the other things that they've broken down for us in that spreadsheet. So as soon as I get the numbers, I'll shoot that stuff over to you guys tomorrow. And then in terms of what's been going on paving wise, there's a ton that was paved. Highland Park, skate park, recycling lot, parts of Union Avenue. We had a repair over on one of the streets in Tanyard Station around Aldi. 3 sites along Route 16 are major routes, the police department parking lot, and then we have a spot over in Wingate where our garbage truck backs in that it had torn the road up over there. So we did some repair work over there where our garbage truck had torn the road up. I think overall though, Danny, we're in pretty good shape as far as paving around town, aren't we?
Yes. Roads
are pretty good, except for the places they're actively repairing sewer and storm sewer lines. They've still got some work to do, and I know you guys already know this because we talked about it last meeting, but we've got crews all over town still. And this week kind of exacerbates and puts everybody all over the place a little more because of Fall Fest. So as you all know, everybody's been highly busy with preparations for Fall Fest, folks at the office included. So, we have departmental updates. You have your information from department heads, and I don't know if you saw the news last night. Sergeant Lucas was on the news over the fatality that was in the construction area the other night. The gentleman was from Huntington. It was just an unfortunate accident. There was no fault of the driver. The kid actually just was dragging a sign across the road and didn't look and was struck by a vehicle. But the police department chief, I'll say your guys handled things very well. We appreciate that. We got a lot of good feedback from the media, and also I'll commend Sergeant Lucas. He didn't give me the opportunity to sensationalize anything. He just was direct to the point and kept to the story. So I was really proud of him for that too. So please pass that along.
I will.
We do not have old business. We do have old business this evening, actually. Item A is consideration of approval of ordinance, and these are second readings, by the way. Consideration of approval of ordinance 2025-04 electing to place future municipal excess levy renewals on regularly scheduled primary or general election ballots beginning in 2030 on the second reading. Mark, I'm going to let you speak to this if you don't mind.
Yes, good evening, everyone. We have to do this. So, in a bit of a confusing, poorly written West Virginia statute, for reasons which are not obvious to me, the legislature says that you must not only just make sure your future general election for special levies occur on a regularly scheduled election cycle, but you must pass an ordinance acknowledging that. So that's what this is. We're just saying, well, we will comply with the law, which we had to anyway, which I think is a bit redundant. But they do allow, we had this in a discussion during work session some time ago. They do allow you one special election off cycle in order to kind of reconcile and make that work. So we do in this ordinance say two things. One, we will comply with the state law. And two, we do authorize a one-time special levy election off cycle so we can take care of that one remaining levy that's out there. And then that'll be the last off cycle election we'll have for that levy. But we'll revisit that again later on this fall. There'll be a resolution which is customary for setting that special election. And the mayor has not, and I and John have not had a chance to actually decide when. We talked about some dates. We'll bring that up at some point with you in the future. But long story short, we have to do this. It doesn't really change anything that we've done, but other than we can say we check the box and we follow the law.
Does this just pertain to the levy
Levy
itself?
election
itself.
for
It's
now.
not
Not
the-
the general
Right.
election?
It's not our regular election problem. That's a separate discussion we'll have at some point. Good question, though.
Anybody else have any other questions, comments? Otherwise, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the second reading of ordinance 2025-04, electing to place future municipal excess levy renewals on regularly scheduled primary and general election ballots beginning in 2030.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next item under old business is item B, consideration of approval of ordinance 2025-05 to approve the current replacement pages codified ordinances on second reading. And I think we, just for informational purposes, I told you last meeting that the pages that you guys get for your code books. So we're approving those to be placed in the official record.
Make that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Questions, comments? Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're on to new business. The consideration of approval resolution 2025-30 to approve and execute participation form for the Purdue Direct Settlement in connection with the National Opioid Settlement and for other purposes related thereto. Mark, I'm gonna let you speak to that as well.
Yeah, so we have two resolutions tonight regarding the opioid settlement. As you know, over the last couple of years, we've had a number of things come to our attention. The majority of the large defendants in the opioid litigation have settled, but there were some smaller participants that were involved in opioid litigation that were still pending even as we, we're approving those larger settlements. So this is just a continuation. These are some of the smaller players who were defendants in the opioid litigation, and they reached an agreement with the class action suit that the village of Barboursville was a party to. And this is still subject to the same terms and conditions that we had entered into before, the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, that set forth, how the money will be distributed. So we will get our respective share with our regular distributions, like we did with our other ones. But the dollar amounts for these individual defendants are much smaller. They were not major players. So I recommend the passage and adoption of this the resolution. Is consistent with what we've done in the past, and in order for us to participate and get this, we need to have this done. It's two different dates. One's due the end of the month, and one's due like the beginning of October. So I recommend the resolution. Thank you very much.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution 2025-30 to approve and execute the participation form for the Purdue Direct Settlement in connection with the National Opioid Settlement and for other purposes related thereto.
I'll make that motion.
A motion and a second. Further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item is consideration of approval of resolution 2025-31 to approve and execute the participation form for the secondary manufacturing connection of the National Opioid Settlement and for other purposes related thereto.
Yeah, same thing. This is, instead of being in Purdue, this deals with some of the secondary ones, such as, I put them in the first sentence there. Oh, maybe I didn't. There were quite a number of smaller ones and names of companies I never heard of before. In fact, I think the mayor made a comment, he couldn't even pronounce a couple of them, and I know I could not. So that's probably why I didn't put in the resolution. But in any event, these are the secondary market participants.
I'll entertain a motion for the approval of resolution 2025-31 to approve and execute the participation form for the secondary manufacturer in connection with the national opioid settlement. A motion and a second.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you very much, council. The last item is the approval of a change order for Central Square, and the chief has handed this out. As you all know, we budgeted this for this item earlier in the year. We've already approved this. The change order, as you can see, Sergeant Vickers actually did a nice job in negotiating our cost down by about $10,000, a little less than $10,000. So we're now at $25,272, and then we already have the approved annual maintenance agreement, which will take care of any issues over the course of the year. But the one-time fee was $35,100 and now is $25,272.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are to the end of our agenda, and I'll just remind everybody that Fall Fest is this week. I think Jimmy's gonna take care of us on Thursday night for the parades. And I appreciate you always taking care of us for the parade night, Jimmy. It's very kind of you. I like it. I like it. I like it. If you can, try to make it out. It should be a great weekend in town. Particularly Saturday night, it should be really big. We've gotten a number of phone calls about our entertainment for that night. I think it's gonna be a big year for us. The weather's gonna be great, so if you can, please try to make it out and support the festival. That's all I have.
Thank you all for being here. Always appreciate seeing your all's faces and joining us. We're excited for Fall Fest, and of course, thank you, Jimmy, for always being willing to pull us. It wouldn't be the same without your tractor, so I appreciate your willingness to do that. Council, same old, same old. Jimmy will have his tractor and our trailer over there at the church, so our part's easy. We can show up and do our thing.
What time do you show up?
We'll
Well, you
pull
know-
out around.
You know traffic's bad, so I always tell everybody 5:30-ish.
Yeah. Candy will be there, and you just show up.
Okay.
Good. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm kind of sad to hear about Johnson Printing. They've been with us a long time. There evidently is other issues that we're not aware of, but I hate to hear that. Jimmy, thank you for hauling us around again. I appreciate it. And thank you, girls, for taking care of the float. I know you're gonna be doing that. So, and everybody that's involved in the parade, thank them. Thank you.
Might have a surprise for you in a couple of years.
Mike?
A couple of years.
Take me that long to get it together.
We might not be here in a couple of years.
I might not.
We only have 2 years left. We only have 2 years left.
It'd be different taking you through town totally with a bulldozer.
Chief, please thank Brian for his $10,000 effort. That was much appreciated for our budget. Glad that he worked on that for us. And thanks everybody for coming. Fall Fest is more than just Jimmy riding us down around on a tractor. I know the city employees have been at it, and the police will always be smooth sailing as it always is. And thank you for everybody that participates in that, and all of our city employees that keep it safe and fun.
Thank you, Cindy and Jimmy. Cindy probably plays a big part of you too, right, Jimmy?
She's the main kid.
That's why I said thank you, Cindy and Jimmy. But no, thank you guys for coming. It's gonna be a busy week, Fall Feast this week, but thank you guys for coming.
7. Sorry.
You might be on bad. Hey, sorry. Hey, it's okay, Mayor. You're the mayor. You can do that. That's okay, man. Hey, we all understand.
Down to me?
Yeah, you're.
Okay, I was gonna mention about the float as well. I mean, as councilman, we just walk up, throw, get ourselves on there and grab our bag of candy, which is really appreciated as well, that we toss out to people, and sometimes we forget about all the time that's taken to put the floats together, and the time that these guys spend, getting everything ready, and the organization that takes all the crews, Danny and your guys and Chief and all that, and, you know, it's, it shouldn't be just taken for granted, because, you know, it takes a big effort from a whole bunch of people to put this, you know, put our best foot forward and shine a nice light for all our visitors that'll be coming in for all the festivals, or for the festive events and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for all that. Really been busy down at the Haunted Trail. The new guys, and I'll just tell you what the way they told me. He says, Donnie, he says, now I know this Haunted Trail has been, you know, just kind of a sideshow for you, but they said it's actually just a way of life for us and a passion that they have. And he told me that after the event that will be going on all of October, he says, including November 1st, he said then they put everything away and everything like that, and then after the calendar turns to January, he just says, and then we just start getting the itch again. so you know, I think we're in a good relationship there that's gonna be something that we can really build on, and that kind of thing. And the last thing I want to mention is about the paving. It was an amazing event the other day. I guess they done such a good job down at the skate park that the kids had left the skate park and they were skating on the new, fresh, smooth pavement. I thought, what are you all doing over here? Man, this is nice stuff over here. So thanks for them guys doing a really good job, and going to be an exciting week, and really looking forward to it. So, like the mayor's already said, it's going to be perfect weather. We ordered that some time ago, and it looks like it's going to come through for us. Thank you.
Just a couple of reminders. First of all, trick or treat schedule's been announced. We have had the foresight to say October 31st forever. So on a Halloween night, trick or treat will be in Barboursville from 6 to 8. The other thing is the charity softball game on Sunday night at 7 between the fire department and the police department. So you guys are playing here or out there?
Out there.
Out there. Okay. Big field. The big field.
Yes.
Okay. So if you get a chance, the events for charity, the departments have really gone to work to make some money for their respective charities. So please pass along to
Officer Neese.
Mark Neese for his hard work in organizing that. And just a reminder, he's the fellow who helped us organize the fishing tournament as well earlier this year. So we really appreciate him too, Chief. So.
We are looking forward to proving that we have a better wellness program than the fire department.
Well, best of luck, sir. I hope you guys do okay.
I heard the umpires looking to probably kick the announcer out.
It's a questionable officiating crew, that's what I've heard. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. We'll adjourn the meeting. Thanks everybody for coming.
To reminisce about the old days.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yep.
only you and us four that probably remember when the Barboursville parade would go through town. It went long Street, Spencer Avenue,
Yeah,
before
I
it
remember
was,
that.
before it was made wider. We went
Yeah.
all the way through all the little curvy roads. Yeah.
What I wanna see the next time between you guys and the fire department is donkey basketball. They used to do that as a fundraiser too. And you guys, you probably remember that. But anyway, that's what we wanna see next, Chief.
We're trying to.
My real estate gets more valuable every year. I'm afraid of.
We have a
pulling
great
something,
wellness
so-
program, but we're trying to keep the injuries down. I think softball is probably pretty
Thank you guys for coming. We'll adjourn the meeting.